Picture this, it's 3 a.m. and I'm lying in bed, staring at the ceiling for the third hour straight. My mind is racing, my body's exhausted, but sleep? Sleep is nowhere to be found. Sound familiar? Well, what I'm about to share with you changed everything. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to transform your nights from restless battles into peaceful sanctuaries. For months, I was trapped in what I call the night owl prison, going to bed at 2 a.m., waking up at 11, feeling groggy until 3 p.m., and then wondering why my productivity was in the gutter. I was living like a vampire, but without any of the cool supernatural powers, just the exhaustion and the pale complexion. But here's the thing that really got to me. I realized I was missing life. While the world was starting their day with energy and purpose, I was hitting snooze for the 5th time, already behind before I'd even begun. So I made a decision that felt impossible at the time. I was going to completely flip my sleep schedule. And let me tell you, the first week was absolute hell. Night 1, I set my alarm for 6 a.m. That's right, 6 a.m. When that alarm went off, every fiber of my being screamed in protest. My body felt like it was made of cement. My brain was wrapped in fog so thick I couldn't think straight. I stumbled to the bathroom mirror and literally didn't recognize the person staring back at me. Day 2 wasn't much better. I was fighting microsleeps during important conversations. You know that feeling when your eyelids become impossibly heavy and you catch yourself nodding off while someone's talking to you? That was my entire existence. But here's where it gets interesting. By day 3, something started to shift. I noticed that around 9 p.m., instead of getting my usual second wind of energy, my body was actually sending me signals, real signals, the kind of natural tiredness that felt organic, not forced. It was like my circadian rhythm was trying to communicate with me for the first time in years. And then came night 4. This is where everything changed. I laid down in bed at 10 p.m., expecting another battle with insomnia. But instead, something magical happened. Within 15 minutes, I was asleep. Deep, restorative sleep. The kind where you wake up and actually feel refreshed instead of like you've been hit by a truck. But the real transformation happened when I woke up that morning. At 6 a.m., without an alarm, my eyes opened naturally. And here's the crazy part. I felt good. Not just okay, not just surviving, but genuinely energetic and clear-headed. Week 2 is when I realized I had unlocked something powerful. I was experiencing what I now call morning magic. Those early hours when the world is quiet, when your mind is clear, when you have this incredible sense of possibility stretching out before you. I started my days with intention instead of reaction. While my old self would wake up to a barrage of notifications and immediately feel overwhelmed, this new version of me had space. Space to think, to plan, to breathe. My productivity didn't just improve, it exploded. Tasks that used to take me hours were getting done in minutes because my brain was operating at full capacity instead of running on fumes. But the changes went deeper than just being more efficient. My mood stabilized in ways I hadn't experienced in years. Those afternoon energy crashes that used to send me spiraling into negativity, gone. That 3 p.m. brain fog that made me feel like I was thinking through molasses, completely eliminated. I started exercising in the mornings, and it felt effortless. My body was primed and ready for movement instead of fighting against my natural rhythms. Food tasted better because I was eating when my metabolism was naturally active. Even my skin started clearing up. Friends and family began commenting on the change. "You seem different," they'd say, "more present, more alive." And they were right. I was finally working with my biology instead of against it. Here's what was actually happening in my body during this transformation. When you align your sleep schedule with your natural circadian rhythms, you optimize your hormone production. Cortisol, your stress hormone, peaks in the morning to help you wake up naturally, then gradually decreases throughout the day. Melatonin, your sleep hormone, starts rising in the evening, preparing your body for rest. But when you're going to bed at 2 a.m. and waking up at 11, you're fighting against millions of years of evolution. You're essentially forcing your body to operate like a broken clock. By shifting to an earlier schedule, I allowed my body to produce these hormones when they were supposed to be produced. The result? Better sleep quality, improved mood regulation, enhanced cognitive function, and increased energy levels. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say this transformation was easy. There were moments when I wanted to give up. Social pressures were real. Friends would invite me out at 10 p.m. and I'd have to decline because I knew it would derail my progress. There were nights when I'd lie in bed, tired but not sleepy, wondering if I was making a mistake. The key was consistency and patience with myself. I learned that this wasn't just about changing when I slept. It was about rewiring my entire relationship with time and energy. I had to create what I call wind-down rituals. Starting at 8 p.m., I dim the lights, put away screens, and engage in calming activities. Reading, gentle stretching, meditation. I was training my brain to recognize these cues as signals that sleep was approaching. 6 months later, and I can honestly say this single change has transformed every aspect of my life. My career took off because I was showing up as my best self consistently. My relationships improved because I had the emotional regulation that comes with proper rest. I started pursuing hobbies I'd abandoned because I actually had energy for them. Morning runs became a source of joy instead of torture. I rediscovered my love for cooking breakfast, for watching sunrises, for having quiet moments of reflection before the world woke up. The compound effects were incredible. Better sleep led to better decision-making. Better decision-making led to better habits. Better habits led to better outcomes in every area of my life. If you're inspired to make this change, here's my advice. Start gradually. Don't try to shift from 2 a.m. to 10 p.m. overnight. Move your bedtime 15 minutes earlier each night until you reach your target. Create a sleep environment that supports success. Cool temperature, dark room, comfortable bedding. Invest in blackout curtains if you need to. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, not a multi-purpose room. Morning light exposure is crucial. As soon as you wake up, get outside or sit by a bright window. This helps reset your circadian clock and makes falling asleep easier the next night. Be patient with yourself. It takes time for your body to adjust. Don't give up after a few difficult nights. Trust the process. Looking back, changing my sleep schedule wasn't just about getting more rest. It was about reclaiming my life. It was about choosing to work with my body instead of against it. It was about prioritizing my long-term well-being over short-term convenience. If you're struggling with sleep, if you're tired of feeling tired, if you want to unlock the energy and clarity that comes with proper rest, I challenge you to try this. Your future self will thank you. What's one small change you can make tonight to start this journey? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video helped you, hit that subscribe button for more content about optimizing your life from the inside out. Remember, great days start with great nights. Sweet dreams.
I was like 15 when I had my first heartbreak. I was like 10 when I realized people are fake. I was like 6 and started rapping about the hard days. Now a nigga grown, they play my songs and say I'm hard A. As I'm getting older, I just know that I can't waste time. But it's kinda hard, got different vibes calling my FaceTime.